Hi everyone, we're Challenge 3, and we broke down our problem into eliminating errors when citing standards in specifications. So, hi Mr. Main Contractor. I'm a government organisation, and I have a requirement to refurbish a building. I've written this excellent technical specification. Please can you provide me a price and a schedule in 2 weeks?
Thank you, Mr. Government Organisation. I'll check with my subcontractor and get back to you in 2 weeks. Hello, Mr. Subcontractor. Can you give me tender within 2 weeks?
Sure, let me have a look. 3 days later. Sorry, Mrs. Main Contractor. There's many errors on here. Could you go back to the consultant and ask them to clarify this 50 questions I have? And then as soon as you got that sorted out, come back to me and I'll get you your tender in a week.
Oh no, there's a lot of mistakes in here. Can you please correct this in 2 weeks?
Well, this is going to take longer than 2 weeks.
So you can see the challenge here that we all know that these documents, they contain lots of errors, and in fact we had a marked up specification, and which was a specification, and it was marked up, and when we ran it through our final product, it turned out there were a lot more errors than they were actually marked up on. But so what we wanted to do was we want to build a web app that identifies a range of errors and issues with an uploaded specifications or any kind of specification document and suggest solutions to those errors. And our sort of stretch target was to build a Microsoft Word add-in that does the above in real time. So what we started out by doing was that we wanted to identify the standards used that were known in any document. Then we would flag up those that don't have a date, so they don't have the correct version. Then we would say, if there was anybody that was out of date, we would say, do you really want to use this old standard? Because we would, and then we would suggest, the current standard. And then we would also flag up if there was standards that were cited that were not known. This could be an error, or it could be that we don't have them in our database, but we saw a number of errors where 2 digits were simply swapped. And finally, we checked the document for ambiguity. And it turned out that in the document that we had, there was a lot of markup on formal ambiguity, but there were lots of subtle ambiguities. For example, the word etc. was listed 8 times in the specification. There were up to, without explicit including and excluding, and they were minimum without any maximum. So what we built was a web app where you can upload any almost any document, PDF, Word, text, PowerPoint presentations, and so on, and it analyzes it, and it then goes through the document, and it then does do a number of highlights as to where there are potential issues. The green one is, yeah, this is a specification that we know, that's fine. The red one, this one here, it says it's the wrong year. It should have been this one instead. So it's able to help you with a solution as well. I would say that we had one specification, a drainage specification, and a markup, and it worked fine with that. But we also took 10 contracts that were, contract notifications, or 10 specifications that were issued in 2012. And this one is for a part of a rail project in Northern Ireland. And so it works generally with to identify these problems in any document that uses these types of standards. So the next steps, so right now it's a web application that identifies 5 situations, of which 4 are likely errors or risks. So the 5th one is that, yeah, this is a standard that we know and it's the right one. There are some low-hanging fruits that we were trying to add. One is the cited standard doesn't match the textual context, so the specification could be for aircraft maintenance, but the standard citing is for manhole covers, and so we could easily flag that up. And some standards in the document are highly unusual, given the context of the other standards, is also quite easy to do. Next step, we would like to do a word add-in that flags up these issues in real time so we can catch them before the contractor gets them, but when the consultants specify them.